Hi, this is Simon Liang from simonliang.com. If you're joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you're joining us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. Now, I just came back from yet another long, extensive day of meetings, and I can't tell you how much more gratitude this allows me to have, because as we continue on with just the remainder of this crazy year, we know that in the upcoming days, in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months, there's going to be so much more additional opportunities for each and every single one of us. And so, with that, we have more reasons to be grateful each and every single day, including all of our friends, of course, who are joining us live, including Mr. Chenille. Great to see you. And I'm sure maybe, just maybe, more of us will be coming on live because, of course, we just kind of at a drop of a hat decide to go on live. Sometimes it might take a little bit of time before we have additional people join us, but regardless, it doesn't really matter. I want to let you know that, of course, as we continue on, and we're still in the middle of course, Thanksgiving weekend, for each and every single one of you who are either watching us live right now or will be in the future, we want to say another word of thank you. Now, that's because, of course, if you were on yesterday on another show, what you would realize and remembered is that we did talk about the importance of giving thanks, right? We talked about the importance of living a life of gratitude. Now, why is that important? And I see Talk and Jeevan Jad as well. Of course, a huge thank you to all of you who are joining us here live. And just so that you know, yes, it is, I believe, human nature, right? That we want things to be the absolute best for each and every single one of us. But why is it important that we still continue to live a life of gratitude? Well, as we mentioned yesterday, in a world full of so much hate, so much anguish, so many selfishness, right? Let's put all of that aside for just a moment. Forget about others for just a minute, and let's think about ourselves. Yes, it is human nature, isn't it? It is human nature for us to think about exactly what it is that makes it the best for ourselves. It's our way of thanking the universe and appreciating the world because we feel like we deserve the best. We feel like that if life, for example, isn't fair to us, if things don't necessarily go our own way, if we don't get to make our own calls, if we feel like we've been mistreated or underappreciated, well, let's address the elephant in the room, shall we? We know that there is a possibility that you might be right. And we encourage you. We encourage you to always strive for the best for yourself as well. But here's the thing, assuming that you already know what life is like on the other side, assuming that you have something to compare it to, if you don't, then it's very easy for us to, just not really fully appreciate what we have. A great example, we have kids, we have different, children, and it's easy for them to complain about food, right? It's not delicious. It's not right for me. I don't want to eat this because I've had something else that's better. I want to eat what I want to eat. Well, of course, if we compare that to the unfortunate kids around the world who unfortunately have to go to bed hungry, right? Who don't get to necessarily eat every single day. I know this because growing up, I've experienced that for myself. Unless you have something to compare it to, it's very hard for us to truly appreciate the fact that we even have food on our plates in the first place, right? Here's another example. Employees who don't necessarily appreciate their jobs because, I feel like I'm being underutilized. I feel like that I should get higher pay. I feel like I should be more free to do what I want in my own free time. Again, that is, of course, your right to do so, but compared to what? Compared to people who don't have jobs? Compared to people, again, who are not only going home hungry, but not being able to pay their rent, not being able to put food on the table for their family, right? By comparison, we should appreciate that we should even have a job in the first place. Do you agree? If you agree, type in the word agree inside of the comments. In addition, what about members or your students or your mentees who don't appreciate their opportunity? Well, do you know that there are so many people out there who would kill just to have a very similar opportunity, maybe even just a fraction of it? Squid Game is a primary example, right? Because all these people who are killing other people, they don't care who they hurt. They don't care who dies. They don't care who suffers as long as you yourself have that opportunity. Well, that is just the reality of life, isn't it? And speaking of Squid Game, or maybe even other things that we talk about on a day-to-day life, I was just reading some different posts today, and it was somebody who was talking about, oh yeah, I was very happy to spend time with my family. And what did you do this past weekend? Well, we watched Squid Game with the family. And suddenly you see a whole bunch of different people who are judging, right? Oh wow, that's some great parenting that you're doing there, allowing your kids to watch Squid Game. Wow, that's great parenting that you allow your kids to do this or do that. And it made me think, right? What suddenly gave us the right to start judging other people? How great would it be to be just like all these other people who just so happen to be perfect in what they do? They just so happen to be perfect parents. They just so happen to be perfect husbands and wives, perfect people, perfect employees, because suddenly it allowed them the opportunity to rightfully judge other people that they're not doing things good enough. What gave us that sense of entitlement to be able to judge other people? Do you believe that this is the right thing to do? Do you believe that we should have our rights to be able to do that? Because it doesn't matter what you believe in, higher power, or religion, or maybe you don't have a religion at all, free thinker. I'm sure that many of us can agree that none of us are perfect, right? We're all sinners. We're all people who are not perfect. We're all people who make mistakes. We're all people who are continuing to learn along the way. And so with that, this is just to make us take a step back and ask ourselves, what gives us truly the right to complain about things, complain about other people, just because life for you isn't quote unquote perfect? Here's the truth of the matter, right? If you're going to go out there and you quit things, you give up on things, you decide that I want something better, I want something more perfect, and you go out there in search of a perfect life in the kind that you want, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because the perfect ideal world isn't going to exist. In life, we are going to make decisions every single day, right? We make decisions, unfortunately, based on emotions, based on a sense of righteousness, and dare I say, of entitlement. And again, a lot of these right decisions for yourself is not going to come overnight, especially if you have yet many, many, many more years or decades of experience to accrue. A lot of us knows that in order for you to truly find what is right for you, it's not a matter of making decisions based on what your emotions are today, where your current situation is today. Successful people, they are ultimately gonna know to make decisions and choices in their lives based on where they want to be, based on where they know where they should really be appreciating here today as yet another stepping stone towards that choice, right? So in reality, to truly live a life of gratitude, to truly know what is the best way for you to live your life, okay? What we need to understand is that at the end of the night, it is not about us. It is not about you. It is not just about how you feel or what you think or what do you think things went perfectly, right? Perfectly in the way that you want your life to be. Because again, in reality, if you know what perfect is, then congratulations, you probably are already there in your life. But if you're still seeking for perfection, if you're still seeking for a life that's going to be perfect to you in life, there's going to be a lot of sacrifices that we will need to make along the way. Do you believe in that? If you do, type in the word yes inside of the comments. Do you think that things went perfectly for me? Do you think that throughout my career, when I was employed, my business, my personal life, my communities, my mentorships, my mentees, and everything that I've built along the way, do you think that things were perfect for me? And that's why I've been able to be where I am, to be perceived to have this great life, to be able to live a life of success, or I don't know. Some people might think that I might be in a very good place, but if you ask me, of course, each and every single day there are more things for me to improve upon. And that's why I still continue to learn. That's why I still continue to seek for improvement in myself, in areas of my life, in situations and communities all around me. Every single day is an opportunity for me to continue to improve. Do you want to improve? If you do, type in the word improve inside the comments. That's the story of my life, man. That's the story of my life, because it's always been a life of struggle. No matter how perfect you think that things are going on for me and everybody else who's successful right now, I will tell you that it's the farthest cry from the truth. We struggle every single day. And I struggle, whether it's mentally, whether it's physically, to improve myself in the way that I do things, in situations around me. I struggle every single day. That's been the story of my life, because I've struggled ever since the beginning of time that I can remember. Have things gone wrong? Have things been not perfect? Have I personally been on receiving ends of what I perceive to be unfairness? Even have I been in trouble? Have I been scolded, right? Have I gotten the short end of the stick in partnerships, in businesses, in different projects that I involved myself in? The answer, I'm sure you would agree, that should not come as a surprise, is absolutely yes, right? But what do I do with it? Do I say, oh, I'm getting the short end of the stick, this is not fair, so I throw in the towel, so I quit, so I give up? The answer is, if that is your mentality, then you are not living a life of gratitude. Absolutely. Have all these things happened to me? The answer is yes, but I continue. Why? Not because I feel like I should stay here and I should continue to get the short end of the stick and, there's no better opportunity for me out there. None of that. Because again, remember, it's not about you. It's not about me. I continue in that particular situation or situations because I do it for the better good of the mission. I do it for the better good of the vision of the community and the members within, because I know that we're doing it for people other than myself. We swallow our pride, right? We kick our egos to the side. None of these things you can take to your grave anyway at the very end of your life. So why are you seeking for that perfection when, if you are, good luck spending the rest of your life looking for that, because it's not going to exist, right? At the end of the day, it's not just about you. So again, put your ego aside, leave it at the door, unless all you think about is yourself. Unless all you think about is that you deserve so much better. I've been treated unfairly and I want to seek justice for myself. Great, okay? If you think that you deserve better, if you think that you deserve something more amazing because you've been treated unfairly, guess what? I encourage you to do that, because you have every single right to do so. And just so that you know, I'm not talking about any specific person or people or situations. I'm talking about an accumulation of what I have seen in terms of downfalls on the mentality of people, right? They think so much of themselves that at the end of the night, they think that it is all about them. And again, I encourage you, if that is your mentality, to go out there and find out what is right for you. But again, if that is your mentality, if that's the way that you're going to be living your life, I can very clearly tell you, you cannot say honestly to yourself that you are being grateful, that you are living a life of gratitude. If you're just in this for yourself because, again, you've been treated unfairly and now you want to go out there and do something better because you know that you deserve so much better. Again, all the power to you, nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, you cannot say that you are doing things for other people. You cannot say that you are a part of mission of helping others, of changing lives around the world, because if that is your mentality, the only thing that you have proven is that you are doing this only for yourself, that you only care about yourself. And that is the reality. Again, there is nothing wrong with that, right? If being a part of a community where we are helping other people at the sacrifice of different things that we need to do ourselves, if you're okay with that, then those are the leaders that is suitable for such situations and opportunities. But if you want something better for yourself, then again, you cannot clearly and honestly say that you care for other people other than yourself as well. You're not a part of a mission. You don't belong in a community. You don't treat your members as family, right? Because again, you cannot claim that you are a part of any community, that you really want for the betterment of everybody else, if all you think about is yourself. Now, I've seen people from all walks of life. They've walked away from true movements. They've walked away from big things. They've walked away from opportunities to help other people, all because ultimately they think that it doesn't benefit them, right? What's in it for me? What's in it for myself? If at the first thought you think that I deserve better, I have other opportunities that I can do, or I can do it on my own and I'll do it so much better and I will be in control, then again, all you care about is yourself. You think that it's unfair, so you move on. Newsflash, life is not fair. When you think that you've reached the top, and I have multiple times in my life, guess what? Life will give you a surprise and you will get that hard punch and you will go back way down again. Life is a life of roller coaster. And so when I believe that there is so much more in a community, I believe that there's so much more in going through the ups and downs together. No one will treat you. No one person in the world has the power to treat you as unfairly as life itself. Nobody will hit you harder than life itself. So if you think that you can do things on your own, if you think that by going out with me and my friends to do this separately, things will be so much better. Before you know it, life will give you that right hook, that left uppercut, and before you know it, you will hit back right into reality. Many of us, myself included, have hit rock bottom more than once in my life. The power in you knowing what to expect is you need to live a life of gratitude every single day. If you cannot handle the little things, if you did not go through the downfalls and the upbringings and down again for long enough, if you've only been in this for weeks, months, even a year or more. I was just talking about this with my business partner, Mr. John, right? Many of you might know him. He was talking about, in order for anybody to truly know what is suitable for them, whether this is the community for them, this is the company for them, whether it's something that you belong in, it usually takes 1,000 days. If before 1,000 days, that's what, 3 years almost, right? This is something that you need to run through in your test in your life. If you throw in the towel, you give up at the first sign of, man, this sucks. Man, this is something that I want to continue to fight through. You are not inept in your mind. You do not have the mentality. You do not have the fighting spirit in anything in your life to be able to fight through all the hardships, because not everything is going to be perfect. Go out there, run with the motivation, the inspiration, the amazing amazing adrenaline that you have. I can go out there and I can do it myself, but I will tell you, it's not going to be perfect, right? You will hit trouble. You will hit rocks on the road. And what are you going to do at that point in time? Give up again? Think that you deserve something again and go jump again to another opportunity, right? Good luck with going through the rest of your life with that kind of attitude. Okay, so with that, again, your own perception of yourself does not give you the right to go out, do your own thing at the expense of others. Because when you yourself, you're not qualified to do something, you're not interested, you're testing things out because you see something selfishly for the betterment of yourself, then unfortunately, you do not have the right aspirations, the right mentality or attitude in the first place to be able to do that. So what I want to encourage all of you to do, right, is to think outside of the box. Think outside of just yourself. When we want to live a life of gratitude, it goes beyond just us. And unfortunately for me, I've had previous mentees, I've had previous proteges and students. So I know, because I speak from experience. They decide that they want to go out and they want to do their own things, which is fine. And again, they have every single right to do. If it weren't for the fact that they were not qualified to do so in the first place. Now, if you've heard me tell the stories about the fake gurus, about the people who, pretend to be people whom they're not, they start teaching courses and classes and they start doing things when they themselves have no experience, they're not qualified, they've never had success in that in the first place. Well, there's no other phrase to describe you other than a fake guru, right? And fake gurus, they pretty much are only out there for themselves. You cannot claim to be an expert in something that you have not achieved success in. Point blank, right? Do you agree with that? If you agree, type in the word agree inside the comments. You cannot claim to be a leader who cares about other people when you evidently always only make decisions that you yourself only care about, where you are only after your own best interests, right? You cannot claim to have integrity when you either directly or indirectly accuse of others of not having the same thing without you being able to man up or woman up in certain instances, right? To resolve the problems. If you do not even have the self-integrity to say what the problem is, you don't even have an interest in addressing the problem and resolving them and already start the finger-pointing game, then what integrity do you have? Have you ever thought about that, right? If you don't know how to resolve problems on your own without deferring to social media or talking about other people's backs and doing things that, again, are clear that you don't care about anybody else except for your own interest. Forget about changing lives and making an impact, right? I want to do what's right for me. Ask yourself, is that the kind of person that you want to be? Is that the kind of person who ultimately proves that they want to change lives and help other people? What kind of message does that share to other people? What kind of message does that say to other people whom you're trying to recruit and say, hey, believe in me, trust in me? What kind of message does that tell them when you're obviously trying to, take other people who maybe don't belong to you, right? Ask yourself, is that the kind of person that you want to be? Is that the life that I want to live? You will be chasing a dream for the rest of your life. You will be chasing after perfection that does not exist. So I encourage you, once again, to live in the moment. Live in the now. Perfection does not exist. Live in the moment of gratitude. Be thankful of the opportunities. Be grateful for those who taught you, who brought you in, who gave you chances, who invested in you to ultimately be the best version of yourself. Because I will tell you right up front, not everybody would be willing to do that. Not just, let's not even talk about people who would do it for free, people who have been doing this for you, but people whom you have invested, and I know this personally, right? Invested tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands to quote unquote become your mentor. Not even those people will be willing to do that for you because they see you as just another number. So if you choose to give up at the first signs of trouble for your own good, please take a serious look and give serious thoughts to what you want to do in your life. If you are the first person to throw in the towel before even giving the situation a chance because you feel like you've been treated unfairly, ask yourself, are you truly qualified to become a mentor? Are you truly qualified to be in a position where you want to help other people when deep down inside, you know you are not even qualified to be helping yourself in the first place? Because you cannot be thankful for every moment and opportunity if you cannot do that, if you do not know what gratitude is even spelled, how it's spelled, what is defined at in the dictionary, and how you should act and behave to show that you're grateful, the rest of your life will be extremely hard. Okay, and so with that, that is pretty much the message as we continue on in the spirit of Thanksgiving, in the spirit of gratitude, in the spirit of how we should live our day-to-day life. I know, you know, that we ultimately must be very grateful for opportunities, for the people in our lives, and things that we ultimately want to do. All right, so with that, we have all these people who are continuing to, leave us comments, which I see you. VJ and Jeevan and Chanel. We see Chloe, whom we haven't seen in a while. And we see Tuk Tuk as well. And we see I am QQ Mommy, who is, of course, Ming Liang. And so with all of that, we appreciate you as always, because this is a definition, right, of living life with gratitude. What you'll notice is that every single time that I am on, it's really funny because earlier I was talking to my business partner and he thought, hey, it's really funny that yesterday was Thanksgiving and I don't really think about this much, but, without us knowing, I actually thanked you for a couple different occasions yesterday, and I don't normally thank you. In fact, I don't normally say thank you unless I truly, truly mean it. And some stars might be aligned. It must be aligning, right? Because we're doing something and I thank you, not knowing that it was Thanksgiving Day. And I thought that it was very coincidental and it must mean something, right? So one thing that's different about me is that you probably notice that each and every single time that I'm on live, at the very end, I give thanks, right? I say thank you on behalf of the entire community and myself. We appreciate you for being here. And that is the definition of living life with gratitude. I don't know how many of you receive emails from me, but at the very end of every single one of my emails, I always sign it, not with regards or, to your success or whatever else. I don't remember, whatever. I say thanks, right? I sign it with thanks, Simon Leung, or thanks, Sai, or thanks, me, or whatever else. So for me, living a life of gratitude and being thankful every single day is a big part of what I am. Do I always have things to be thankful about? Not always necessarily, right? Things go wrong. Things happen that is not to my preference and things like that. But at the end of the day, I still continue to say thank you, even to people and things and situations that don't necessarily deserve it, because I know that whether good, bad, or ugly, everything is designed to happen for a reason. And with that, it shapes us to become the best versions of ourselves. It's because of these kinds of lessons that we continue to improve. So again, do you agree with that? If you do, type in the word agree inside of the comments. So just to let all of us know as an ending point, in life, we will experience things that is not to our advantage. We will experience things that we consider to be unfair. We will experience things where we know deep down that maybe, just maybe, we deserve better. Ultimately, all of us have the right. And I encourage you to, if that's the kind of life that you want to do, be the best version of yourself, find things and situations that allow you to become even better in a situation that belongs to you. Although, if you want to truly live a life of gratitude, be grateful for what you have, be grateful for the opportunity to breathe right now, right? To be able to put food on the table, to be able to watch live streams like this one. Because I'll tell you, not too many people actually can go online. Not too many people have the opportunity to be able to learn and be able to absorb and find mentors and opportunities that might be right for them. But ultimately, if you truly want to live a life of gratitude, this means giving back, right? This means that being so grateful for what you have that you want to make other people's lives better as well. You want to change lives. Do you want to change lives? If you do, type in hashtag change lives inside the comments, because if you truly want to help other people impact the world and change lives, you would already know that this is not just about you or me. Are there situations and times that I also want to give up? That I say, man, there's no interaction. Man, this sucks. Man, this is not profitable. Man, this is wasting my time. Man, this is not worth me doing. Absolutely. Almost every single day, there will be opportunities for me to say I give up. But do I do that? No. Why? Not because I see it as a learning opportunity, not because I know that I deserve better or whatever else. It's because I know that there is a community of people that we already have and we will continue to have that deserves us not giving up. Because who knows, somebody who joins us 1 week down the line, 1 month down the line, 1 year or longer down the line, because we decide to stick with it, because we don't give up, and because we know that it's not just about us. We know that we will be able to change more lives around the world. We know that we will be able to impact the globe, and we know that we will be able to make that difference. Do you also want to make a difference? If you do, let us know inside the comments, because we want you to be a much bigger part of everything that we do. Okay, and so with that, Mr. Shanil and Tok Tok, who is very thankful for everything here in the community. We're also, thank you, grateful for you as well, because again, without each and every single one of you with that right mindset, with that right attitude to truly help people around the world, this would never exist. As we said yesterday, it's because of people like you who believe in the same thing that we do, that will allow us to truly pay back forward, right? With our gratitude, with our appreciation, with everything that we know, to be able to help other people. And with that, of course, on behalf of all of you active, grateful community members within our group, we do want to thank you, as always, for being here as we continue to celebrate Thanksgiving weekend, because it's the entire weekend. Think about how we can give back. Think about what sacrifices we are willing to make in order for us to truly be able to change the world and help as many people as we can, because I truly believe that there is absolute power in the numbers, but not just any number. I'd rather have 10 people who believe in what we do than 1,000 people who half do, half don't, will put it in. They're all if it's beneficial to them. Okay, so again, only if you are that small minority who truly believe in the power of gratitude and know that we want to give thanks and give back, I invite you to be a bigger part of our inner circle. As I mentioned, for the past 3 days, today full day included, we had full days of meetings. That's going to go so amazingly for any single one of us who share that attitude in 2022 and beyond. So many amazing things, but guess what? We only want to work with people who share that same belief and mission with us. And so with that, hopefully with the remaining time that we have throughout this year, we will identify those people. We'll start to work with you already. And by the time 2022 rolls around in January, stay tuned for some super amazing things, because I guarantee for the right people who want to give back and are grateful for different opportunities, this will be life-changing, not only for you, but to all of us whom we will touch. All right, so once again, we appreciate you. And until next time, take action right now. Let us know if you have any questions. And as always, we shall see you all the way at the top. Cheers, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. And yes, be thankful every single day.